All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. My first time back in a while. Up and running once again, but here we are with two teams, Influx and Us versus Divine Nine. We already have our first band here. Is Falstead, a solid band here going into Dragon Shower, denying that global presence. Let me know how the stream is looking, guys, and how everything sounds. I'll turn the music up and down accordingly. Waiting on the band from Divine Nine. This is a Division Two matchup. This was scheduled for later in the week. However, the two teams elected to start this match today to get it over and done with. And we're going to see a classic KT band coming on the side of Divine Nine. Moving into that, we see a Li Ming. No big surprise there. Pickup there. Very powerful mage. Very, very powerful. A nice counter to her would be an Anubarak kind of a pick. Disrupts her orb ability and able to dig in on her and really put a real stamper on the damage that she can just continually dish out here. If you don't know about Dragonshire is a map where there's two shrines at the bottom, top and bottom of the map, and then, like I said, there's the Nubrak pick. Where teams have to fight over that to control both shrines to then control the dragon. These fights can last a long time, well into 15 minutes just for the first dragon. I've had that happen to myself a few times. Can be very tedious and frustrating at times, that's for sure. And we're going to see a Rhaegar pickup, solid pickup, getting their healer, Divine Nine getting their healer picked up real quickly here and out of the way here. We have Arthas coming in as a tank, possibly the solo tank, and a Sylvanas pickup, a great pickup for any kind of pushing objective type mechanic in maps where she can shut down all the towers and cannons and except for the core. That has now changed. She can no longer shut down the core. So waiting on the ban here from Divine Nine as they think about it here. A good ban here, depending on what they want to do. Do they want to deny Influx that other Global and Brightwing? Since they already have their healer, that would be pretty solid to have that. But honestly, in my personal opinion, there are other players to ban, heroes to ban, but they do go with the Brightwing, denying that global presence, and in turn, Influx bans out Azul, and we're waiting on the two picks from Divine Nine. Yeah, I do like the Brightwing, and the only reason people would ban her in this sense is because of that global. Everything else, the polymorph is good, but so far Influx does not have anything worthy of a polymorph. In my opinion, Li Ming might be too far away for Brightwing to use that polymorph, but it's a safe ban, denying that other global, so no team can have access to a global hero, which is good to see. Seeing a Zagara pickup here as a response to the Sylvanas pickup from Influx. Great vision, best vision hero in the game. Great push potential. And can really occupy and bring down cannons and towers very quickly. So nice solid counter to that Sylvanas push pickup. And we're waiting on our second pickup from Divine Nine. So far, really liking the Nubarak there. They might try to go with another type of bruiser on their side and Divine Nine. I'd also expect some kind of bruiser on Influx Arthas as a main tank. We really haven't seen that too much. And we are going to see Divine Nine pick up that Sonya pick. A great bruiser, denying Influx that much needed Sonya pick as a bruiser, heavy bruiser tank /tank, and Divine Nine taking that for themselves. Solid pickup. As you look at it now, we only got one range character on the side of Divine Nine, and that's Zagara. 3 big front lines, so they're looking to be really melee heavy here. Influx taking their time to determine what they want to do here. They're going to go with the Diablo to be their extensive bruiser. Nice little damage tank. If you can't get Sonya, Diablo is probably arguably the next best thing to have in a sense of bruiser. Nice solid damage build you can build on him and be able to disrupt the back line very well, and especially with that APOC coming out as an ultimate, can really ruin team fights very heavily. And we're still waiting on the Influx to have their last pick here to round out their team here. A lot of CC control so far in this particular draft for Influx with the Arthas and Diablo pickup for sure. Heavy damage burst coming from Li Ming. They are going to need some other damage dealer here, in my opinion. Influx is. And Thrall is still on the table. I would suspect that they are going to pick up a Thrall. I can't imagine the Thrall being not coming out at all in this draft. Seeing how much of a diverse and sustained damage healer is what exactly Influx needs at this particular juncture is a nice, sustained, controllable damage, and that would be another good, solid bit of a CC control with the Wolf and, of course, Sunder, unless they go with Earthquake, which is also a nice change of pace CC if you're looking for that. We only got less than 10 seconds before Influx has to make a choice here, and they're going to use all their time. And they're going to get Tyrande as their healer here. They are going to need that heals. I didn't even think about it. They are going to need those heals right there. So the big damage dealer, big trick here is Li Ming is going to be their big damage healer here, and Tyrande is going to be a single here. This particular type of draft is looking to be a bit of a divey type of composition here. They're going to try to maybe roam as a 5-man death ball into see if they can get out anybody that's kind of out a little bit too far, especially with leading in with Diablo and a nice freeze from Arthas, and then Tyrande being able to use a Hunter's Mark and stun on her, very nice. And then we're going to see a Reno pick up to round out Divine Nine's auto attack build, nice solid, both pretty solid drafts. I would, if I had to pick one right now, I think Divine Nine has more of a traditional comp, nice little counter to Nubarak. I'm sorry, nice little counter to Li Ming with the Nubarak pickup. And then Sonya, of course, is staple. Raynor, staple. Rhaegar, very staple. And Zagara, if you can't get Sylvanas, Zagara. And even some people would argue that Zagara is better than Sylvanas. So solid pickup there. Influx, I do like what they're doing here. They are playing a little bit of an impromptu composition, but it can potentially be very devastating. Divine Nine is going to have to get Li Ming under control. Li Ming has got to get under control if Divine Nine is going to be able to capitalize on them. Once Li Ming is out of the picture and not being able to do what she normally does, the rest of the composition kind of falls to the wayside because Li Ming is it. The damage dealer is Li Ming. However, if Divine Nine can't get Li Ming under control and she's allowed to freely do what she does best, it's going to be very difficult for Divine Nine to win this match, especially with a Diablo and Arthas up in their face like that. So here we go. Dragonshire, as we load in here. Dragonshire is personally not my favorite map. I do not like it. I feel that if there is another map that needs to be pulled out of the rotation, it is this map. I long for the days of Haunted Mines to come back, which it won't unless it gets a complete rework, and the days when Dragonshire is pulled out of the rotation. It is a very, very competitive map in the sense of these fighting over these shrines and the globalization that is involved with that. And so it's going to be interesting to see how these teams are going to react to it. What are they going to do if getting the altars is taking too long? Are you going to see guys start going out into the map to try to jungle around and get some mercenaries and such? So in the blue trunks. On the side of Influx, we got Brolando on Tyrande, Valiant Man on Diablo, and We Are DNA on Li Ming, and WD40, I like that name, on Arthas, and Drink Rain on Sylvanas, Jason in the red trunks, Divine Nine on Rhaegar, Divine Storm on Anub, Ice Fox is on Zagara. Don't ask for me to sound out the name, but I do know his name is Taco on Raynor, and Rabid Penguin. That's Sonya. So we're going to see a big push here in the mid here. And just a little bit of poking going on. No big hard engagements here, which is probably rightfully so. If you don't get a big engage at all, you might as well then just back out and just get into lane. Just try to get that initial first step and see what you can get, and then get out. They're going to collapse a little bit on Diablo, get caught out a little bit, but he isn't going to be able to get away as the Bengals come out from Zagara. Nubarak is down a little bit. Divine Storm is going to have to go back and get some love from the Sippy Cup as our teams start to get themselves out into lane here. 2 down in bot lane is Zagara and Sonya to Tyrande and Diablo counter. We got Jason and Rhaegar up with Drink Rain on Sylvanas, and we are going to see a Nubarak Divine Storm come up into this. And in the mid lane, we got Arthas and Raynor battling it out, and our shrines are positioned to come up in about 10 seconds. Not much going on the sides right now. Three influxes are down here in the bottom lane, getting ready to take off this shrine here, as they're trying to do a nice job here of taking care of this creep, and they are. Creep is starting to die off a little bit, and Zagara is getting a little bit low. The bottom shrine is going to go, at least initially, to Influx. And top as well, as it looks like it's going to be, oh, I'm sorry, top is going to Divine 9, so we are going to have a bit of a battle over these two. Who is going to be able to get this? Right now, Influx is positioned inside the altar like you're supposed to be, with Diablo leading the charge, and while they're just poking at it, smartly, Divine 9 is deciding to lane and keep continuing that XP build. Looking at the XP, it is going on the side of Divine 9 ever so slightly, and just as I say that, it is pretty much getting caught up right now, both evenly XP'd out at level 3 here. Big push here coming on here, with Diablo getting really low. Is he going to be able to get out? Sonya trying to get that last little bit of damage, and does as he's entering his gate. Nicely done, Rabbit. Getting low on himself, though, Li Ming and We Are DNA is trying to come out and see if he can answer back to that death there, and we are going to see, for the moment, the shrine's captured by Divine 9 as we're starting to get our push back into the mid lane. WD-40 on Arthas is getting a little bit low. Sylvanas coming down from her perch on top lane, disrupting Raynor and Taco and trying to capture that dragon. And then we're still no big pressure or input from Influx into one of these shrines to try to take this down. They're all trying to play here in the mid lane. Arthas is still pretty low. Sylvanas is getting a little bit low. So Sonya is able to get this. Very first dragon. It looks like we're going to push the mid lane. Influx is going to have to retreat back under the safety of the tower. Ooh, Sylvanas getting really low from that penetrating round on Raynor. From Raynor, excuse me. And Rhaegar trying to come in there and try to finish off WD-40, but it is not going to happen. Trying to get a little bit of value on this very first dragon. It is tough as if you played on this. The first dragon really doesn't matter too much, especially if you get it really early, like Divine 9 did in this particular instance. You're not going to get a whole lot of value. They get 2 cannons out of it, but the dragon is already practically dead as it's trying to rotate bottom lane to see if they can push something here too. But Vaultman is here waiting with Diablo. Toronto's trying to come on down. Caught out a little bit, then elected to say get out. Otherwise, she would have taken a bangling up her a noose right there. And WD-40 coming on down from the mid lane. As we take a look on top lane here, Divine Storm and the Nubrak is trying to push a little bit here, but Sylvanas is doing a nice job of counter pushing that back. Both teams are still jostling for position. We are going to see Divine 9 take the first mercenary camp of the match. And they're going to rotate to see what they can see here. And, of course, in turn, Influx takes their mercenary camp as well. So both mercenary camps are pushing in bot lane as we're getting a little bit of a battle going on here in bot lane. Looking back here at top, not much going on in top lane. Divine Storm trying to see if she can, or he can pull out Sylvanas at all, but Sylvanas is having none of that. And it looks like bottom lane is going to be where the action is going to take place here. Diablo is a little bit low right now, especially with... is it Masculus? I forget the name of that little funky guy right there. Shooting at him. And we're going to see the big push into here. We're going to see if we're going to try to get one of these cannons down before the mercenaries do fall. Not much able to do them because of the poke. And both teams are kind of sort of jostling out of position. Looking at our XP lead up here in the top, we're going to see Divine Storm with almost a full level lead. But Influx is slowly erasing that XP lead that Divine 9 has. Bit of a rotation coming in bot lane from Divine Storm from Divine 9 as they're coming in to see if they can gank out Diablo. Diablo was able to smell that out and get back to the safety of his gate. Both teams are looking to rotate here again. Looks like we got 3 coming up in here for the Influx in. At top lane here, they are going to be able to secure that tower, or excuse me, the shrine first. Bottom lane is going to the side of Divine 9, as we're seeing Diablo get pushed up by Raynor a little bit. Nothing too out of the ordinary or too pushed out. Taco was a little bit out, but nobody from Influx was there to capitalize on that at all. We are going to see again top lane's altar going to Influx, as Toronto does use her owl to see what she can see and doesn't get anybody at it. right now. Both teams are being pretty passive right now. We're not seeing a whole lot of engagement here. They're happy to just sit on their objective and see what the other team is going to give them. A lot of CC coming on the side of Divine 9 onto Arthas, but Arthas, being the tank that he is, can walk away from that pretty safely, as we're going to see that. So we are see Divine 9 again going to be able to try to capitalize on these two shrines that they do have. And the fight looks like it is going to take place here in the mid, as 3 members of Divine 9 are here in mid lane, 2-2 here in from Influx. Still a little bit of poke coming out. Nothing really big is going on right now. We do going to see the maul come down on Arthas, excuse me, Diablo, and Li Ming is going to survive, as they are going to take that tower. Oh, no. Ice is going to be able to walk away from that. I thought for sure he was going to go down, but we are going to see the from Rabbit, my boy, on Sonya, and they are able to delete Diablo quickly at the ults. Here, nothing too out of the ordinary. You are going to see Wave of Force from Li Ming. I have yet to really see that. Interesting. And we're taking a look here. Nothing. We're going to see the Raiders come out on Raynor instead of the Hyperion, which is either way. And we are going to see Red Penguin again be able to get his get the dragon here. Electing to looks like to go to the top lane. Taco is caught out a little bit here, and he's going to be taken down trying to chase out somebody. I don't even know who. I don't even know why he was there. And the push is going to be in the area to bot lane, or excuse me, top lane here, as Anubarak does what he does with his CC drills. And we are going to see this cannon come down. So we got cannons down in bottom lane and in top lane. And even though the dragon is up here in top lane, Zagara is trying to push bot lane to see what she can take down something. Catch them off guard. So Shagosa's coming out, and Rhaegar has been killed. They are getting, both members of Divine 9 are getting really, really low here. And Anubarak is super low, and arguably that kick probably spelled Anubarak's doom there. If he hadn't kicked Li Ming over there, Anubarak might have been able to get out. However, the kick brought Li Ming in the path of Anubarak, and Anubarak was taken out. And nice little invade here from Influx, taking Divine 9's mercenaries here, bruiser camps, and there's nothing that they can do about this. However, Tyrande might go down from the Raiders, but no, they're not. Influx does a real nice job of taking care of those Raiders, so it does not kill Tyrande. The mercenaries are going to try to push up into bot lane. Jason and Divine Storm are going to take care of those mercenaries in short order, as both teams are trying to spread out, get a little bit of health. Influx is going to take their mercenary camp right now, their bruiser camp, and we are still having a bit of a battle here with a very low Diablo and a little bit of a rotation from Divine 9 here in the bottom lane. Both teams Influx is starting to just heal up a little bit. There is no real need of a push or to push themselves out to get caught out anywhere. WD-40 and Brolando are going to take their bruiser camps down here. Not the bruiser camps, the siege camps down here in the bottom lane. And Ice is going to come over to see what he can see and plant some creep there. And Arthas in turn is going to get rid of that creep. Jason and Rabbit Penguin are going to take care of the bottom camp, see if they can get these mercenaries to fall onto their side, have a little bit of push from something while the altars do come up, and during that time when my chat and my ear off right there, Zagara does go down. Big rotation coming in from Influx here to bot lane, as they're going to pressure this particular shrine first before they go up top. And then Drink Rain on Sylvanas is going to try to get down one of the cannons here. And Sony is the only lone defender here for Divine 9 for this, and there's not much that he's going to be able to do right there, as both cannons and gate presumably are going to come down in short order here. The rotation is coming down from Divine 9 to respond to this. However, it is a little bit late, and Influx does snuff it out a little bit, and they're electing to pull out as they're coming down, which is probably a very, very smart move. Nice little rotation there. Nice fluid rotation, and as one team comes down, the other team goes up. And we're going to see the back in the re-invade here. Nice big maw coming on the side from Zagara here. Big damage coming on the side. Oh, Zaragoza, APOC is out. Zagara goes down. Li Ming is down. Big CC coming in on the side of Arthas. And Arthas is now going to get low. And it looks like he is going to go down. 3 members of Divine or of Influx are down here, possibly with a 4th here in Diablo, as the big push is on, and he does go down. This is another opportunity. This will now be the 3rd dragon that Divine 9 will be able to get since this match started here. Really, really nice response there to that big little push that Influx had in the bottom lane. They didn't get panicked. They didn't run away. They worked their CC chains and to their players' strength and their hero strength, and were able to get those kills. Nice focus down there and the leading in 4 members of Influx there. Big battle here in mid lane as the tower here is going to go down. Not much that Influx can do at this particular moment. There is a 1-level lead on the side of Divine 9, almost ready to be 2. As we take a second to take a look at any talents here, nothing big out of the ordinary talent-wise coming from either team besides that Force Gust, and I don't think we've seen that yet. I'm wondering if I could ever figure out why that person took. Why DNA took Force. Where's it at? Force Wave instead of the Beam. I wonder what his thinking was, unless it was a misclick, which it could have been. Jason and the crew are going to take their mercenary camps right now. Nubrek is up top, trying to see if he can push down a tower here, but he's not going to be able to. He's smartly coming down to rotate. The invade coming on the side of the Influx, able to get steal that camp away from Divine 9, since there is going to be a 4v5 with a Nubrek missing from the top lane, and in turn they have to get it back out and lose that camp. Nicely done. A little bit of an ambush set here, but Influx is not going to have it, not going to come back out into bot lane. They're going to go retreat back under the safety of their cannons and towers and then come up and grab their camp. Divine 9 is looking like they're going to do the same thing too, come up and grab their camp as well. Li Ming, we are DNA are going to come out in top lane, see if we can get a little bit more XP to whittle down the XP lead that Divine 9 has right now. Currently, as it stands, 2 levels right here. As Influx was thinking about invading there, and they probably could have gotten away with it. They don't see what we see, with only 2 members of Divine 9 sitting on that camp, but Influx was not grouped up very well, and they were a little bit too spread out, and that was a smart play to make. Influx coming down to the side, coming into the bot lane to try to take down their camp. Smart move where most of Divine 9 is up in top lane. Go to where your team your opponent isn't, which is bottom lane, and just push that. Divine 9 in turn is going to try to counter that with their own push in top lane here. As the altars do come up, I suspect, and they are, Influx is going to come down and take the bottom camp here. That's right below the shrine. Just get a little bit of push on that the inner gate right there. Divine 9 is going to take the top shrine. Influx is taking the bottom shrine, and when our battle is going to be here in the mid, with 3 members already from Divine 9 already setting up shop here, right here, and Divine Storm is trying to sniff out where Influx is. Influx does a nice little maneuver there, goes around closer to their side as Divine Storm comes down to grab that camp. Influx goes up to grab their own, their shrine, and this whole thing is going to flip-flop, and we're going to do it again. Divine 9 taking this opportunity to get rid of the bruiser camp here that was pushing in bot lane here, as the rotation looks like it could be mid. But Influx is electing to kind of group up a little bit before they make a push. But Divine 9 is going to be sitting here in ambushing status here. See what they can see here with this. WD-40 awfully getting close here. Oh, Rabbit coming out here showing it a little bit early, but here we go. Sargosa comes out. Stun comes out. Tyrande, it was way out, or I'm sorry, not Tyrande, but Sylvanas was way caught out here as APOC comes down. Oh, my goodness. Arthas is getting low. Li Ming is getting low. Li Ming is dead. Diablo is going to get the lead here in this moment here, and he is gone. And Divine Storm is trying to see what he can get Rolando here. Oh, that both stunts coming in. I don't think he's going to have enough to do it. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Yep. Oh, so close. So close. Divine Nine going to take this opportunity to see if they can sneak a dragon here, but, well, or, sorry, 3 members of Influx are up. They can potentially deny this a little bit, at least until their friends do come up, but it will be very difficult. However, Arthas is caught out, and it is in turn deleted by Sonya and Raynor. Diablo is now caught out as everybody else is rotating. Divine Storm is sitting on the shrine, ready to capitalize on that, and here we go. The 4th dragon goes to the side of Divine Nine. Big play here is going to be in the mid lane with Divine Storm, the dragon, going to lead it as he's going to take care of these camps. Only 4 members now are up on the side of Influx, with Arthas still down for another 25 seconds. Going to attack this keep. They're going to work on Diablo right here. However, the Raiders do come out. I think that was supposed to be on Diablo, but Divine Storm decided to punt him away. Raiders are going to be deleted, and the mid keep is going to come down on the side of Divine Nine. So Catapults have spawned for Divine Nine in the mid lane as they're starting to rotate away and see what they can do in the bottom lane. The dragon is getting a little bit low. Li Ming's bomb does come out, and I think they're trying to set up for some kind of a little bit of a squeeze right here. And here it comes. Maw comes out and grabs Arthas, and it looks like he's going to be taken care of right here. Oh, there comes the lead coming from Sonya. Saragosis does come out. Diablo is taken out. Stuck his nose in there a little bit too long as the big push still comes down here in bot lane. The inner wall and gate and cannons are down for Influx, as the dragon does get taken care of, and Divine Nine is going to elect to retreat back into their opponent's camp and see if they can grab this, which they are. No real big contest except for Li Ming's balls and missiles coming out. Pretty easy right there. In turn, Influx is going to take their bruiser camps there. Divine Nine not electing to come out and grab that, even though the owl did just show where they all were. Divine Nine electing to take their own camps here as the rotation comes up from Zagara here to take their bruiser camps as I sip some water. Influx taking care of the mercenaries that were pushing in bottom lane here as a second wave of mercenaries are coming in. Divine Nine takes their bruiser camps up here for the top lane, and the push is going to a little bit here in the top lane. As we sit here, both teams have got their talents, and taking a look at their level 20 talents right here. Storm Shield for Tyrande, Lord of Terror for Diablo, Repulsion on Li Ming, Anti-Magic Shell for Arthas, and Deafening Blast for Sylvanas, Storm Shield, Hive Master, Bolt Storm, Nexus Fury, and Iron Pain coming on the side for Divine Nine. Big push here, even though the shrines are coming up in a minute, Divine Nine is elected to use this opportunity to push down the inner wall to see what they can do. Influx was caught out a little out of there, thinking that they were going to be sitting on that altar when waiting, but once they saw that Divine Nine had shown in top lane, the push was on to grab that here. We are going to try to see a bit of an engaged battle here. The Maw does come out, does not grab anybody. The big leap from Sonya coming in on Li Ming. Saragosa does come out along with APOC coming down. Divine Nine getting a little bit low here, and it looks like, oh, the Ancestral does come out very, very timely, and both Diablo and Arthas and Tyrande and Sylvanas are deleted for their efforts. This is probably the win condition that Divine Nine were looking for here, and instead of going to get the dragon, they're going to be just pushing on core and try to end this right here and right now. Big pulse coming in from the wave coming in from Li Ming here, just honestly just delaying the effects of what's going to happen here. Divine Storm is getting a little bit low, but it does not matter, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the GGs right there. That's the GGs do come out. Real solid game from Divine Nine here. Honestly, to be completely 100% honest about this entire thing, um, I didn't even turn off the music when that was going on, and I apologize for that. Solid game from the Divine Nine. They put their gas on the foot on the gas and just never let go. From the very first dragon all the way until the end, and the death count, or excuse me, the kill counters tell the tale. 18 kills for the side of Divine Nine, and 6 on the side of Influx right there. Solid play from Sonya. I'm a big Sonya fan, so maybe I'm a little biased there. Reyna securing 12 kills right there. Very nicely done. Um, Looking at the stats here, looks like the healing all we're pretty much Rhaegar doing a nice job with the healing. Nice solid healing coming on the side of Tyrande, even though she's considered a lesser healer. Um, Pretty solid healer numbers from here. So take a final look at the strategy, at the talents, and here are the builds. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching for this particular match. The match lasted 21 minutes, roughly the time of a normal Heroes of the Storm match. And we will catch you guys next time.